What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 62 and we're starting today's stuff on the back of the rebuild with Bayern Munich. 7 new signings coming in to the Allianz Arena for our first year with the new look Bayern Munich side. And also decided to make a change as well and have a change of heart. Now obviously Malik Tillman, with a year left on his contract, 24 years old, 78 rated American attacking midfielder. I decided to keep him. I put him on the transfer list initially. I was willing to negotiate with Wolves to put a bid in. They wouldn't match my counter. So I thought, you know what? I'll keep him. Malik Tillman, obviously decent young talent, and he's going to be staying here. Going to convert him to striker, and I think with his range of stats, that's where we'll get the best out of him. But on the back of our final signing in the last episode, where Jamal Musiala returned from Atletico Madrid, as you can see, 72.5 million left. I looked at my squad and I thought, right, what do we need now? Well, I'd probably say a new right back. That's now our weakest area on the pitch. We've got that young English new gem, but I want someone with more first team quality, and you know I'm a massive fan of this guy, and I have been for a couple of years. Yep, Ryder Baku here from Wolfsburg, now at Roma, 28 years old now in the game, but in his prime, 84 race. I said to Jose Mourinho, how much do you want for the German international? I absolutely love players like Baku. You know, wide players with a ton of energy that are not just quick, but have so much stamina and work really, really hard, both in and out of possession as well. So for Roma, I said, tell me how much you want. I think it's 44 mil in the end we paid for him, but really, really good deal. This 65 grand a week was the contract we agreed, 4-year deal, and Baku is going to come in as our right back. Now he is listed as a right midfielder, and you'll see his stats as well. You'd probably think he's better playing further forward and potentially could replace Kingsley Coman in this team, who is out of contract coming the end of the season. Like I've said, I'm not against selling him if the right bid comes in, but with Bayern Munich, man, like we want everyone to be able to attack. We want everyone to be able to contribute on the offensive end. Fullbacks and wingbacks, really, really important to me in FIFA. In modern day football, as we know, the wingback is so integral. I think the days of the old school defensive fullback that did very little other than hold his line, I wouldn't say it's gone, but they don't really have as much of a place in the elite teams nowadays. Nowadays, you know, the wing-backs have got to be secondary wingers. You know, honestly, they've got to be able to offer something when going forward to be part of the elite. So Baku's going to come in. And again, to me, whilst he might be slightly better pushed further forward in this team, he'll be behind whoever plays right midfield. Right now, it's still Kingsley Coman. But yeah, I'm going to start him at right wing back in this team, and he'll definitely offer a lot when going forward as well. But this was interesting. Bid for Jamie Lawrence from Bournemouth accepted a £2.65 million. How about that? Yep, Adam Hlozek is going to go to Inter Milan. Last year's Champions League finalists, we beat them with Forest 4-0. But for 97.5 mil, his release clause was met. I had the time to negotiate a contract, but I thought, you know what, I'll leave it up to him. If Adam wants to go to the San Siro, he can go. If he wants to stay, he can stay. His decision, in the end, he decided to leave, and Adam goes to the San Siro for 97.5 mil. That is a really great signing for Inter Milan. Approaching the prime of his career right now, 86 rated attacking midfielder that can play as a striker as well. What a bargain for Inter Milan. But with that sale going through, the money we already had, and Lawrence going to the Vitality as well, we had enough for a replacement striker. We've already sold our 3 best ones, with Tammy Abraham leaving as well, lest we forget. So it was time to bring in a new striker. I had 5 on my shortlist, and it was a tough decision, I'm not going to lie. But in the end, I went for the one that was the best value for money. 89 rated, 27 years old, in the prime of his career, from Lille to Napoli, now at Bayer Leverkusen. Knocked them out in the Champions League semi-finals last year, on our way to winning it with Nottingham Forest. But this guy, one of the top scorers in Europe last season, out of contract at the end of the season, Victor Osimhen, the rapid Nigerian, out of contract come the end of the year, not willing to negotiate a new deal with Leverkusen. He wants to leave. That means it's available on a cut price deal, and for £87.5 million, I've got my new starting striker. Yup, absolutely buzzing. 5-year deal, 120 grand a week, and Victor Osimhen is in as the long-term successor for Robert Lewandowski. He would have left a few years ago in the game, of course, to Barcelona, but 27 years old, prime of his career. We know this guy is just as rapid as it gets, man. Once he gets going, forget about it. But don't forget as well, he's really strong. 91 strength, 92 jumping, and he's also 6'1" as well. So he's good in the air, as well as when the balls are threaded through to him for one-on-ones too. Victor Osimhen is like the complete striker, and in this Bayern team, leading our line, I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it. We took over with Bayern. You knew I was going to sign a striker. You knew it was going to happen at some point. I was waiting for the right moment. And once Klozek went, I knew that was the time. That was the time to move. Out of contract come the end of the season. And I'm not going to lie, I was considering Darwin Núñez, but I quite like him still being at Liverpool right now. And I was thinking maybe Karim Adeyemi, who's now moved on to Ligue 1 as well. Because Osimhen was out of contract come the end of the season, I thought that just made sense. But following that, this was interesting. Well, a moment ago, we were talking about Kingsley Coman. I said I'm not against selling if the right bid comes in. He's valued at 66 mil. His contract's coming at the end of the season. He is 87 rated, but now 30 years old. If he was going to get a new deal, he'd start to decline during the contract. So I said to Napoli, if you can meet 71 mil, you can take him to the Stadio San Paolo. Belletti agreed, and therefore, Coman is about to play his last game as a Bayern Munich player. Yeah, I said when I took over, no one was safe. Okay, maybe De Ligt, maybe Davis. You know, Wirtz just came in. Okay, so, you know, maybe a few players were safe, but I wasn't against selling our stars. Coman is going to be the last to leave in this new look Bayern Munich team. So we play his final game at the Allianz Arena in the season opener against FC Darmstadt at the Allianz. I'm gutted the Allianz isn't in the game because it's such a gorgeous stadium. It really is, and aesthetically the exterior is just absolutely beautiful. You know me, I'm a sucker for stadiums, man, and architecture. So yeah, one day I'm desperate to visit in real life and watch a game there because it looks absolutely stunning. But yeah, taking on Darmstadt here, I was thinking, right, this should be a banker. My first game in charge of Bayern. This has got to be a win. I mean, I can't stumble out of the blocks after spending all this money rebuilding this side. The star-studded lineup we've got. All these transfers. I cannot drop points home to Darmstadt in my first game in charge. Well, I did hit the ground running right away, getting the early chances. Had the ball in the back of the net. Florian Wirtz thought he'd scored in his debut. Ruled out for offside as we continue to hammer the Darmstadt goal with shots. It was still 0-0 approaching the break, and it was one of those games where the longer it goes on at 0-0, you just start to wonder whether you'll find a breakthrough or whether the AI will nick it. Well, 43 minutes in, 2 minutes before the break, just signed him, just scored his first goal for Bayern. Victor Osimhen, 87.5 mil. And out of the 5 strikers on my list, I think I made the right choice. I think I've made the right choice. From Leverkusen to Bayern Munich, Victor Osimhen is off the mark on match day 1. You would have seen though, he went down soon before that goal and was hobbling. He would stay on for the majority of the game, but eventually I'll take him off. And right before half time, well, this was so frustrating. You know, I said a few times in this save how often kickoff goals get scored, but also conceded as well. Right from kickoff, Darmstadt level it, and we go down the tunnel at half time, tied at 1-1. And I was thinking, come on, man, I mean, dominating this game. How is it 1-1? How am I not leading by 2 or 3 at the break? So in the second half, I thought, right, got to get a goal early on in the second half, restore our lead, and we would as well. Alphonso Davies, one of the rare players that stayed since I've arrived, gets the assist 6 minutes after the restart as he rolls it into Victor for his brace. Yep, even hobbling, he's still able to bag 2 on his Bayern Munich debut. I think I've made the right choice. 73 minutes into the game, Darmstadt looking for a late level to battle back for the second time in the game, and massive save here by Lambert kept us still leading by a goal, and thankfully we would hold on. Yup, loads of chances, only took 2 of them. Thankfully in the end, my new shot stopper bails me out towards the end. We hold on for a relatively unconvincing win in my first game as Bayern Munich manager. We know when a team makes loads of signings, it's going to take a while for them to gel, but in a 34-game season, asked to win a domestic double and return Bayern Munich to the glory days, We ain't got that long. Got to get sorted straight away. Thankfully, Seaman's injury, by the way, was just a bruise. But that will end today's episode of Karima, guys. Massive thank you for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then please do drop a like. Most love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode featuring another massive new signing and a draw for the Champions League group stage. First, our first Der Klassiker against Dortmund as well. Very soon.